This video will cover the Geometry Review Day 1 packet, numbers 25 through 27, and these are the 3 short answer questions worth 2 points that we have in this packet. So go ahead and flip your paper open to 25 to find out how to draw that construction. Alright, so we're looking here at question 25. It's the first 2-point short answer question that we put in this packet, and it says that we need to construct an inscribed square in circle T shown below. So the first thing you want to do is use your straight edge from the compass and make a diameter. So draw a line straight across through point T. And we're going to call this point A and point B just so we can reference it together. So first step, diameter. Second step is to make the perpendicular bisector. So 1 was diameter, 2 is the perpendicular bisector. And unfortunately, I don't have a compass tool on this application that I'm using to make the video, but I can sketch out the arcs, but I want you to actually use your compass to do the arcs. So you're going to start by putting your center here and open up your radius to more than halfway, so past T. And when you do that, you're going to tighten up your compass, and then you're going to swing an arc way above and way below. Okay, something like that. Then, keeping your radius the same, now put your compass on B. And you're going to keep your radius the same, so you should be about the same distance, or exactly the same distance, on the other side of T. And you're going to swing that arc way above and way below. The next step you're going to do in this perpendicular bisector construction is connect. So you should be passing all the way through T, essentially making another diameter. Your arcs might be slightly different from mine depending on how big your radius was when you opened up your compass. But the really important thing you want to understand here is that when you pick your next 2 points to make this square, you choose the one where your straight line crosses your circle. So right here and right here. I'm not choosing that point. Not choosing the intersection of my arcs with my line. I'm choosing the intersection of my perpendicular bisector in the circle. So I'll call this C and D, again just for reference. Third step would be to connect. So I'm connecting to make my square, using the straight edge of course, doing a better job than I am, please, and thank you. And there you have it. Hopefully yours looks better because you were using an actual tool. Flip it over so that we can talk about number 26 when you're ready. Number 26 gives us a parallelogram with the diagonal. They tell us measure of angle M is 118 and the measure of LNO is 22. Explain, so this means use words and explain every step. Explain why NLO, so right here, is 40 degrees. So we're going to treat it as if it's X and pretend that we don't know how to solve for it. So when I have a parallelogram, I know that opposite angles, such as M and O, are congruent. So if M is 118, then so is O. So first step, measure of angle NOL equals 118 because opposite angles are congruent in a parallelogram. Notice how I just used the parallel symbol right here and then said ogram. You are welcome to do that even on your test. And then after that, I noticed that I have 2 given angles and a missing angle in a triangle. So if I do a little bit of work, x plus 118 plus 22 equals 180 because angles in a triangle equal 180, I can find out what the value of x is. So I just found, and hopefully you found, the measure of x to be 40, which is perfect because they said that angle that we labeled as x should be 40. Measure of angle NLO equals 40 degrees because angles in a triangle equal 180. Now there are different ways that you could have done this. You could have said something like this angle is 22, and so then this angle is 22. And that would have been because alternate interior angles are congruent when lines are parallel. So on and so forth. There's different ways that you could have solved this, but this is the quickest version. Let's scroll down or move down to number 27. So this is the last 2-point short answer question. It says the coordinates of endpoints A, B are -6, 5, and 4, 0. So I'm going to take a second to plot those, and you should too. Pause the video while you plot. It says determine and state the coordinates of point P such that AP to PB is 2 to 3. So we're putting a point P somewhere along that line where we have a ratio of 2 to 3. So there are 2 jumps, 1, 2, to get to P from A, and 3 jumps, 1, 2, 3, of equal value to get to B. So we have to split this up into a total of 5 segments, which means we want to figure out how far we're changing first. So find your rise and find your run, meaning change x and change y. And you can do this simply by counting or by subtracting your values as we did back in the first video. My change x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And my change y is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now that we know the changes, we're going to take those changes and divide it by the total number, which was 5. And then for the y's, 5 divided by 5 total parts, because we want to split it up evenly into equal values. So this now tells me 10 divided by 5 tells me to move over 2. 5 divided by 5 tells me to move down 1, or in this case, sorry, it's actually up 1 since we're going from A towards B. So I'm going to move over 2, up 1 and plot a point, over 2, up 1, plot, and keep doing that until I get all the way to B. If I don't land on B, then that means I made a mistake. So now remember how we said that we need to be 2 jumps away from A in order to make P. Jumps mean jump from one point to the next based on where we plotted them. So that point there is now called P, and our last step is to state the coordinates. So this looks like it's at -2, -3. Check out the next video if you'd like to see the 2 4-point short answer questions.